What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 9 of Montreal Canadiens Franchise Mode Series. If you guys missed the last episode, a lot of changes since then. We actually ended up losing the Tampa Bay Lightning in the Eastern Conference Final after they reverse swept us and then went on to win the Stanley Cup. So, a bit of a tough bounce, I guess, in the playoffs. And then we actually had to do a bunch of changes in the summer just due to cap reasons. A couple big offer sheets came in. So, definitely a new look team, but I am excited to see how this team does. I think we still are looking pretty solid. So, first line here, we got Duran playing with Barzal and Mantha. Second line there, we have Caulfield, Seguin, Boldy, all getting a +3, which is awesome. Comrie, Pomerev, and Kunin. And then we have Suzuki, Moran, Kaliev. So Pomerev, Kunin, and Seguin, as well as Boldy, the big additions on forward. Defense here, we got Clark and Sexton still as the top pair. Sanderson and Nurse on the second pair, and then Salin and Lorentz on the bottom pair. Lorentz does have low elite, so if he plays well, should be able to grow. Starting goalie there, Alexandrov, 84, but medium elite, so again, plays well, should grow. Primo still backing him up. And next, you guys look at the special teams. As you can see, the first, second unit both getting +1. First unit's really solid. We actually have two defensemen there just for the chemistry. Caulfield and Kaliev actually on the back, and the second one both have awesome shots, so wouldn't mind, get them getting out there with the first unit. 4-man power play, just zeros, unfortunately. Penalty kill 1, we get +1. 3-man zeros, but at least no negatives. AHL team here also looking really good. Ottawa first line there essentially. Formanton, Norris, and Batherson. Second line gets +1. Third gets a +3, which is huge. Honestly though, everyone's like mid-70s, even if, obviously the top 6 is all 80s. Defense, mostly mid-70s. Top 4 there getting +3 is awesome. Now goalie, this is where it's interesting. We have two medium elite goalies, but they're not too high rated, so we'll kind of see how they do. Not really expecting too much from them. And right here, guys, a quick look at the captaincy. No changes, obviously. Barzal still wearing the C. Duran and Caulfield there with the 2 A's. Also, show you guys the offense, defense, and goaltending ratings right now. I actually haven't looked at them yet. Goaltending will definitely be down. I feel like offense and defense, though, more or less should be the same. Maybe defense has gone down by like 1 or something. So let's see. 100 offense, yeah, it's pretty nuts. 93 D is still really solid. Then 82 goaltending is a little bit low, but we have a good enough team in front of the goalies. I think we should be okay. So at the end of December here, guys, we're currently 3rd in the division, 47 points, 22, 14, and 3 record. So not too bad. I knew we'd be doing a little bit worse this year just because we did, lose so many players last offseason, but still not too bad. Seguin, good free agent signing, 56 points right now in 39 games. He's like 35 years old, but he's still so good in the sim. Check this out, guys. Dougie Hamilton's going back to Calgary along with Brad Marchand for a couple second-round picks, so doesn't seem like too bad a trade. And we just got an interesting trade off from the Arizona Coyotes. Victor Soderstrom and I assume Freddie Anderson there for a first-round pick and a 4th. Soderstrom could definitely help us out on D. Our D, needs some work. Anderson, we don't really need. 78 overall, yeah. But Soderstrom, what's his rating? 83. He joined the second pair, just make our D core a bit better. He is a rental, but still 26, high top 4. Apparently, I don't know how the cap would work, honestly. Let's see. Take out Anderson, take out the 4th. For draft picks, we'd be losing the 1st. I think we'd still be okay. Yeah, we have 2 first-round picks. I actually just want the Minnesota Wild first-round pick. So, let's see if they do it 50% retained, just because I want to make sure we don't have to, like, drop anybody, which would mess it up. +2, we're so close to the deadline. There's really no reason they shouldn't do 50% retention. So, let's see what Arizona says to this. Trade accepted. Okay, so there we go. Defense a lot better now. So here's an update look at the defense, guys. As you can see, Nurse and Soderstrom are actually getting a +1, so it makes the second pair even better. And then, of course, Sanderson goes down to the bottom pair to play with Salin, which just, gives us more depth. And we got another player returning to their old team. Andre Palat goes back to Tampa Bay for 2 second-round picks, and he's still an 86 overall, so seems like a pretty solid trade for Tampa. And as I say that, Calgary flips Dougie Hamilton to Detroit, along with Anderson for a 1st and a 3rd, so pretty nice return. And we just had a big trade go down between the Islanders and the Flyers. Flyers getting 2 first-round picks in exchange for Hampus Lindholm, Calvin DeHaan, and Cal Palmieri, so Islanders are loading up right now. Philly, of course, in a rebuild. We got about a week still to go for the deadline. I want to give us Svitov back for a second. Gonna say no to that. I think last I checked, we're 2nd in the division. Yeah, we're 2nd, so not doing too bad. Beginning of February, I was a little bit worried. We're only a couple games above 500, but I started playing some better hockey. Detroit gets Amirov there, CC. Not too bad. We actually just beat Detroit as well, 5-2. So Edmonton, Brady Shea, and they gave up McLeod. Broberg only got to an 81, so basically he was a bust. Looks like our record at the deadline is going to be 34, 25, and 4, 72 points. So yeah, 2nd in the division, win back of Detroit there. I'd say that's a pretty good spot to be, especially since, we expected to not do as good. Seguin is an animal. 92 points in 63 games right now. And yeah, we're 1 win back there, same amount of games played, 1 point ahead of the Sabres. We'll see if there's anything out there, try and make this team a bit better. Obviously, it's a bit easier to make trades at the deadline, do the salary cap. So next, you guys trying to add a bit more depth to the defense. I feel like our forwards are more than good enough, and there's really no goalies that are good out on the block. So trying to get Mete here. 81 overall just for the bottom pair. Pretty solid defenseman. Good offensive stats. offering Whitmore, 2263 low top 4D, and then a 3rd round pick. Values on our side, they want both things. Mete's on the block. I have them retaining 50%, but I think it should be okay. And there we go, trades accepted. So I feel like, honestly, now team's probably set, unless, yeah, I find a goalie, which doesn't look like there's much out there. This kind of sucks, guys. I didn't say there's anything wrong with the salary cap when I traded for Mete, but he got put in the AHL, had to call him up and send down Salen, who ends up getting picked off waivers by the Flyers. It was either him or Lorentz. Lorentz is 1 overall lower, but has a low elite, so I figured worth holding on to him instead. And so after that trade, here's an updated look at the defense. Again, I think we're looking a lot better. Offense, I really felt was good enough. Like, no reason to upgrade this. Playing really well. Again, goalies, I actually saw a couple that were higher rated than Alexandrov on the block, but their stats weren't even better, so I figured why bother. So at the end of the season now, guys, as you can see, we finished with 101 points. Actually, the exact same amount as the Sabres, but they have 1 game left, so looks like they have the tiebreaker even if they lose. 48, 29, 5. We actually played really well after the deadline. Only got, like, I think 4 losses there after the deadline, which is pretty nuts, honestly. So clearly, you know, helping out that defense worked. Sagan, dude, just sims so well. I'm so glad we signed him. 116 points in 82 games. That is nuts. I feel like he's probably got a good shot at the Art Ross. And looking at the East, actually, we're only a couple points back of Capitals there. He won the Metro. So I'll see how our entire team did here. I'm hoping, you know, the top 6 all played pretty well. Last I checked, Caulfield had some pretty good numbers as well. Barzell 107s. Yeah, he was right near Sagan. And what's crazy is Sagan's second line center, but that whole line is getting +3. So yeah, Caulfield 101. That's nuts. 46 goals. Durant 83 with 42 goals. I think that's most goals he's ever had. And looking at his career here, the best season he ever had for goals was 33 in the first year, 1920. So he just did really well on that top line with Barzell, with Mantha. Then of course we had Caulfield, Sagan, and Boldy on the second line. Boldy 69. I'll say nice. Mantha point per game. So yeah, like 5 guys there with point per game plus is awesome. Ponomarev even 66. Sexton, he's just been playing so well for us. 63 points. 89 overall. I feel like his potential went up. I want to say it was high top 4 and not medium elite. Like, I don't remember it being medium elite unless I'm just, you know, misremembering. I don't know. So I feel like with his play, could probably trade Clark. We're going to hold on to him, obviously, for this run. But I think the last year, I'm just kind of tired with, you know, this offseason stuff. I'm going to try and trade him for something crazy. I'm looking at everyone else, too. They're doing pretty good. Now, goaltending-wise, Alexandrov, you can see below 0.9, 3.08. It's not the best numbers, but looking at other goalies out there, similar rating, or even a bit higher, their numbers were worse. So kind of tough, you know, to make a trade with the goalies. Bafson, 65. Honestly, I don't know how we have all these 80s in the AHL. They're not putting up more points than that. Cappy, 51. That's good to see. Hopefully, maybe he can get to a high 70. Could potentially make the team next year. So we'll take a look here now at the entire league. I feel like Sagan's got a good chance for that Art Ross. And he does have it. I mean, McKinnon's 3 points back with the game, though, left. Could pass him, hopefully not. Barzell actually finished 3rd. Caulfield 4th, so we had 3 of the 4 top scorers in the league. Definitely can't complain with that. And I just timed today, guys, so the season's now officially over. McKinnon did get 2 points there, so he finished 1 shy of Sagan. Almost caught him. That would have sucked. So we'll take a look at the standings now. Obviously, want to make sure everyone's done. And we did finish. Oh, wait, never mind. We actually passed Buffalo, so they were ahead of us because of the game in hand, but they actually had to get a point there to stay ahead. That's actually really interesting. So that's awesome. We had 1 more regulation overtime win. We win the division. So that means we'll be playing a wild card team. It looks like we'll probably be playing Columbus. I guess it could be Pittsburgh maybe. Look at the entire league here. Vancouver, 121 points. Wow. They just had an insane year. 8 teams. 8 teams, 100 plus points. That is ridiculous. So just looking through here. San Jose's finally playing a little bit better. They're out of their funk. And the Rangers actually finished dead last. Terrible season there. 56 points. So I'll see them a couple more days. See we're playing the first round. And hope the playoff sim's good to us. Also, guys, quickly checking the AHL standings. We actually finished 2nd there in the division, so back in the playoffs, which is good to see. So in the first round of playoffs, guys, we're going to see the New Jersey Devils, who actually have a really good forward group here. Ratty, Hischier, Bratz on the first line. Mercer, Hughes, only 86, so it didn't grow too much. Hurdle there, but, I mean, look at the depth, honestly. They have an 86 McLeod 4th line. Like, they have just as good as depth as us. I would say their top 6 doesn't have as, high-end players, but probably the best depth I've seen for a forward group yet, honestly. Defense, Clapton's an 87, Butcher 85. Like, that's not too bad. I would say it's slightly worse than ours, but not much. They've actually got Perico Pietrangelo repaired up, which is pretty cool, in New Jersey. Corpusale's only an 82, so definitely have a bit of a lead in goalie, but it's a pretty solid team to be the worst team making the playoffs in the East, so I am a little worried there that's our first playoff matchup. I feel like as you move on in the seasons, teams get better because more players grow than decline, I guess. And we're playing Columbus. I thought we had the Devils, but we're playing Columbus because the Devils were the worst team in the East. And we got the second division spot, not the first, my bad. Hopefully Columbus team a bit worse. Viexa and Dubois, both 90s, with 89 Slater, 88 Strome. Okay, they got a lot of depth down the middle. Howden and Paline, maybe he'll want some revenge on us. Werenski and Jones still top pair. They got Boschman's in 87, Gerard. Bomb pair sucks. Hellebeck's in 82. I'd say it's a pretty similar team. I'd say they're honestly probably a bit better. So we actually lost that first game 2-1. Hopefully I can get back in the win column here. Would hate to go down 2-0, especially playing the first 2 games at home. So here we go, guys. Second game, first period. AHL, of course, their team's in the playoffs too. So here we go, first period, and we're up 3-0. Awesome. Barzell, a couple from Sagan. Let's go. 5-2. Actually, Columbus. I thought Columbus would be blue. They're red. So Moran, Mantha for us. And then hold on there, 6-4, Sagan and Slater. So, or sorry, just Sagan. So a bit closer of a game than I wanted, but still 1-1. Can't complain. Heading to Columbus now. Would love to obviously go back-to-back here, get that 3-1 series lead. But hopefully, worst case scenario, it's 2-2 here. Heading back home for Game 5. And 2-1 for them. We get 1 from Comrie. And 5-2 for us. Huge second period there. Comrie gets another. Sanderson, Pomerev. And 7-2 Sexton Caulfield. So that's what I like to see. Looks like Hellebeck actually got pulled from the net there. So big answer back. You know, we lost 2-1. Close first game. Scored 13 goals in the next 2 games combined. So definitely can't complain. Hopefully we can keep this up. I feel like Barzell Sagan as a 1-2 is just tough to compete with. I haven't seen anyone, I think. Even Columbus with Dubois and Strome doesn't quite compare. So fourth game here. Up 1-0 from Boldy. And 2-1 now. Kaliev gets 1. Wow, 4-3, big third period for them. Slater got a couple goals for them. Boldy actually got a second, unfortunately. No one helping him out there. So this is kind of what we expected, you know, 2-2 after 4. We got 2 games at home for the next 3. Hopefully that gives us a bit of an edge. Looks like actually no one's getting swept. Everyone's still, you know, deep in their games. So here we go, game number 5. Hopefully we can get the series lead here. First time in this series. Up 3-0. Let's go. Clark gets a couple. Moran gets 1. Nothing the second. And there we go, 5-0. The boys showed up here back at the Bell Center. So one more game, move on to the semifinals. Don't care if it's game 6 or game 7. We just got to win one. So here we go, game number 6. 3-1 for us. Sagan, Clark, Boldy, let's go. 5-1. The boys, they are just on fire. Clark, Sagan again. That's awesome to see. So, like, we just tore it up, honestly. Like, after the first game that was low scoring, we didn't get less than, what, 3 goals in the loss. The wins were 6-7, 5-7. So, guys pretty much scoring at will. Sagan there, 12 points in 6 games. Love it. And in the second round, guys, we're up against the Detroit Red Wings. Look at that first line. Vishnevsky and Omen, both 91s. Zadina there, 88. They got Holtz, Sillinger, Engqvist. This top 6, I'd say, is just as good, if not better than ours. Like, that's unreal. So many creative players just because they had so many top picks. Obviously, eventually going to turn out. Bottom 6 evens, honestly solid. Like, they got Fabry down there. Now, defense, they got Sider and nothing else, even after that trade for Hamilton and Anderson. And then in goal, they got Petch, I'm going to say his name is, as a starter, 85. So, offense, I'd say, is about a wash. Defense, I think we definitely have the edge. And then goaltending, they technically have a slight edge, but I'd say more or less it's a wash. So, we'll see what happens here. Like, that top 6 they have is honestly insane. Again, when you're as bad as they were for that many years, you're eventually going to get some good picks. Hopefully that's the case in real life, too. Hopefully, you know, we can get Lafreniere, some other guys. So here you go, first game. And we're up 3-0. Mantha, Duran, Kaliev. 4-3. They get a huge second period. Mantha, he's showing up against his old team. And 7-4, let's go. Kaliev gets a couple. Starsham there gets 1 as well. So big first game. Of course, this is at home still. We got the division win. So we'd love to go up 2-0 before, you know, heading to Little Caesars. I was about to say the Joe. I still have to get used to being Little Caesars Arena. So here we go. Game 2 at home. 1-1. Caulfield for us. Vishnevsky for them. 3-2 now for them. Duran gets 1. Come on. And lose that 5-3. Mantha again. So yeah, Mantha's showing up here against the old team. Unfortunately, just didn't play well enough in that one. Here we go, game number 3 in Detroit now. And let's see. Speaking of the devil, Mantha. Let's go. And oh no, down 3-2. At least we get 1 from Boldy there. Come on. 4-2. I was hoping all we need was 1 goal there in the third to tie it. Force OT. 14 did not happen. So Mantha's having like his best series yet. And no one else really though is giving him any help. So here we go, game number 4. Do not want to go down 2-1. We gotta tie this thing up. Head back to Montreal. There we go. 1-0 Barzell. 3-0 Sagan, Pomerev. And we hold on there. 5-0 Sagan with the Hattie. Let's go. I think Sagan's probably still the playoff scoring leader for us. I mean, The dude's just insane. Like, I don't know what it is that makes him sim so well. I know he's got a really good shot, good hands, maybe he's got like good poise, whatever combination of stats it is, Sagan just does so well. So here you go, game number 5. And up 2-0, Clark and Boldy. And 3-2 now, they got a couple. Kuhn in there, giving us the lead. And 4-2, Nurse there with an empty netter. Let's go. So only have to win one more game, the exact same spot as the last series. We're up 3-2. 2 games left. We'll see if we can do it in 6 again. Here we go in Detroit, first period. Down 1, Zadina gets it for them. And second period, Vishnevsky for them. Palmera for us. We just need 1 goal here in the third. Come on. Are you kidding me? We get shut out in the third. We actually outshot them too. Lose 2-1, heading to game 7. Come on, boys. We're heading home. I think we've played pretty well so far at home. I want to say we're 2-1, so hopefully we can make that 3-1 here. Please. Let's make it to the conference final. Let's go. Down 1-0. Got a lot of game left, though. Come on. Oh, not what I wanted to see. 4-1. We need an epic comeback in this third period. Let's go. 5-2. That's disappointing for sure. We had those players on defense. We had the 3-2 series lead. Just had to win 1 of 2 games, and we scored a combined 3 goals. Like, that's rough. Also, guys, forgot to mention with the AHL team here, got knocked out in the first round, 3-1 there to Utica, which bit of a rough bounce. We got one more year here to try and win our 3rd Stanley Cup. Sagan, he did play really well in the playoffs, 18-13, so hopefully he can come back just as strong next year. And look at this, guys. Draft results are in. Ottawa picking 1st overall, jumping up from 14. I would lose it if that happens this year. Boston there, 2nd, and then Nashville 3rd with the Vegas pick. You always hate to see that when it's a traded pick in the top 3. You might have noticed their Canucks with the Stanley Cup, so they won the President's Trophy and the Stanley Cup. And yeah, the draft's not bad. 5 elites. You never know kind of how good they're going to be in terms of rating, but no franchise guy this year. Take a look at the awards. Obviously, I'll show you guys the playoff trade too. See who the Canucks had to go through. Again, bit disappointed. I thought we had a chance. Detroit actually lost in 7 there to Carolina, so Canucks beat Stars in 5, swept the Kings, Blues in 7, then beat the Canes there in 5. I feel like we might have, had a bit of a better matchup with the Canucks in the Stanley Cup Final, but that is all right. So as you can see there, first year in 4 seasons, we didn't win the President's Trophy. That's kind of nuts. And again, we were pretty close, like not too far off. Sagan though, Art Ross, I love seeing that. Like back-to-back Art Ross Trophy winners are on our team. McKinnon though got the heart. Come on. I guess we did have 3 of the 4 top scorers. That makes sense probably. James Norris there, Vasunov, some made-up guy, but apparently he's a sick defenseman. McKinnon, Lady Bing as well. Bomvi, Calder on Carolina. Waugh got Conn Smythe. DiPietro, Vezina. Love seeing that as well. He got the William Jennings. Santavori got the Bill Masterton. LA Kings coach there, Jack Adams. Barkov, the Selke. McKinnon also got Ted Lindsay. And then Kravchenko there, Maurice Richard. So I'll see AHL awards. I don't think we got any team awards because we finished 2nd in our division. Yeah, so no team awards. Individual here. How would you say that name? Shigirl? Shigirl? I have no idea. Taze in the AHL got MVP. Kind of funny. Different Dal call there. Sizik, like so many creative players. Like once you get this far, you're not going to be able to pronounce a lot of their names. The other Dal call guy, White Cloud, community involvement. Huso, lowest goals against. So interesting year. I thought we could have been a bit better, but we still got that 1 year left. I'd love to try and get the 3 cups. So obviously going to go all out, but I'm going to probably make it so we can't trade picks past like the season we're ending on, just because I feel like that'd be a bit cheating and just make it too easy. I guess you just stack 1st round picks, but we'll get to the draft now. Or actually, we'll probably see some retired players first. Curious to see, is Crosby finally calling it quits? He's not, but Ovechkin is. 1,955 points. 45 shy of 2,000. I feel like you just got to go for it at that point, even if you're 42 years old. 1,045 goals. What a career. Kane there, 1,597. Jonathan Tays actually retired same year, but different teams. Kane was actually on Utica, so he would have gotten called up, could have won a cup. Duchesne there calls it quits. Eric Carlson, Palat, Kadri, Marchessault, Eberle, Ekman Larson, Johansson. Looks like Ekman Larson played his whole career in Arizona. Toffoli, Falk, Kaloran. So some pretty big name players there. Take a look at the goalies. I feel like there's always just way less. Freddie Anderson, though, retires. Same with Carey Price, who's actually in free agency. What's his rating down to? 74. Braden Holtby, Francouz, Nielsen. So a lot of big names retiring this year for sure. All right, guys, we're at the draft now. As you can see, we're picking 25 in the 1st round. I thought about trying to make a trade, but honestly, this top 5 didn't seem that good, and as you can see, they're really not. Like 79 1st overall. Haven't had a outside the 80 1st overall in a while. Turns out, bad pick. Landry there's an 80, but the rest were 70s. So I don't know how Ottawa botched that one. Like they got so lucky to get up there to the 1st overall. So 25 here. Looking at central scouting and whatnot, I mean, there's a guaranteed medium top 6 in Acker. Could take him, guaranteed medium top 4 there. We have a gem that's ranked like 63, but I think he's guaranteed low top 6. So I'm leaning towards either the forward or the defenseman. The defenseman here, let's see, no weaknesses. Similar style marker to Vlasic, 2 years out. Acker here, no weaknesses either. A+ shooting. Okay. Joe Sakic, 1 year out. Joe Sakic, a bit better player than Edward Vlasic. I'll take Acker. Hopefully he's a decent rating as well. 74 overall to the draft. Medium top 6, 25. It's actually a sick pick. Our next pick here, guys, in the second round, pick number 25. So I'll probably take the gem next. Guaranteed medium top 9 there. I'm just looking at everybody. Actually, the medium top 4 defenseman, but then you can see right 2 below him there. Byers low top 6 is the gem. So I don't know. Hemsky, he's 3 years out. But he's got medium top 4 D potential. I think I'm going to take him and then try and trade back in to get this Byers gem. I think he's actually the only gem we've had this year. And let's see, 66 medium top 4. That's really solid too. Alright guys, so I'm going against my rule 1s here, offering the Knights a 2030 second round pick. Their third round pick this year to get that gem, just because we have no other second and thirds and the fourths aren't getting it done, and I'm not going to give up a first. See what they say. Trade's accepted. Okay, so that's the only 2030 pick we'll trade. So hopefully we can get the gem. Also, I don't know if you saw there, I'll show you once we make this pick. But that guy who just got taken was like medium elite, 52 overall. So Rangers absolutely stole him there. First pick in the third round. Byers, 62 low top 6 is not too bad. And then yeah, Gardner, 52 at medium elite. It's a really good pick. Now our next pick isn't until the 5th round here, and it's kind of late in the 5th round too. So we'll do our best. Guaranteed low top 6 isn't really the best. 50-50 medium elites. There's a couple of them. I'll take a chance on this guy, McDermott. And medium bottom 6. It's usually the case. Like either they're medium bottom 6 or medium elite. Not really much in between. Honestly though, I'm fine taking the chance rather than taking a guy who I know, like low top 9 or something, is never going to work out anyways. This guy should be low elite though. Bemstrom. Like 3 out of 4. Come on. There we go. 48 overall is quite low, but still low elite. It's not too bad. We got one more pick here. Might as well make this pick and hope for, you know, one of the best 7th rounders ever. Again, I'm not going to take a guaranteed, just average guy. Do we go with the Enforcer? Let's take the Enforcer from London. What's he got for us? Medium 7th D, so not great. Alright guys, we're at the re-sign phase here. As you can see at the bottom there, we've got $21.5 million in cap space. Most of the team's locked up. Clark, of course, needs a new contract every single year. $11.2 million. I mean, we're saving $3 million on the guy. 8 years. Honestly, I'm fine offering him that, see what he says. If not, we have to qualify him, which would be super expensive to qualify, but I think we'll just trade him at that point. All the other top players you can see are locked up. Panamera is actually at 89 overall now, which is awesome, making 2.9. So I'm kind of like Robert Thomas. Absolutely crazy contract. He's going to get paid next year. Luckily, we've only got 1 more year left. And Comrie here finally gets a new deal. He's up to an 87. Coming off the entry level, wants 5.6 for 6. I'd definitely rather do something. I mean, it's not even much cheaper at 1 year. We only need him for 1 year though, so hopefully 4.5 for 1 gets it done. Again, we got 1 year left, trying to, you know, get the best team possible, obviously. Kaliev, 83. He's pretty good to be playing on the 4th line. He wants 2.6. Probably have to let him go at this point. Like, again, he's got like a 90+ shot. 2.6 million. I'd rather just the 4th line making like all $1 million bucks. Moran there's actually up by 1 to an 82. Wants 1.8. It's a lot more reasonable. 1.75. See if we can get him there for like 1.575. I'm actually just going to look at forwards right now and make it a bit cleaner here. So Chmelevsky's an 81, making 800K. It's a really good deal to not pass up. How many points in AHL last year? 60 points. It's not too bad at all. So him, Morand, and is anyone else still locked up? Nobody is. Or Formanton is. So maybe we go Formanton. I'd rather have an 81 though. Suzuki, I think, doesn't want to resign. Only wants $1 million bucks though. He's been on the team for so long. Offer him like 1.2. He says yes. We got our 4th line there. And then I think Kopaka and Vorobyev will just let go. Like, they're more two-way guys, so they're better fits on the 4th line than a top 6 AHL. I feel like Batson and Formanton are good in the AHL. Same with Norris. These guys are actually, you know, guys that can get points, or if we need them to, can be on the 4th line. Again, we're just kind of, hopefully they carry the AHL team a bit. Now looking at defense, guys, as you can see, Sexton's the only one under contract, and only for 1 more year. We made Clark the offer. I'll probably say no, like I said. We'll offer sheet at that point, and I think trade. Soderstrom doesn't want an extension. What's he want, though? 5.4. I think we can get that in free agency. Now, Nurse does want to come back. What's he want? 5.4 as well. Mete wants to come back. 3.1. He's an 81. I don't know. It's all so expensive. Sanderson, Lorentz. Like, even Lorentz here is a 78. What's he want? 1.3. Like, I feel like we got a 79 last year, 800K. So, gonna let him go. Gonna let Grants go. He's got 70 potential. Honestly, I'm thinking I might go all free agency here. Like, see what's available. It's a bit risky, but I'm letting the entire defense go. So basically, the only returning one right now is Sexton. We need 5 more defensemen. We'll see what happens with Clark. But the good thing is, even if he does sign that deal, we still have about like 10 million to fill out the rest of the D. And maybe one of our AHL guys will, make the call up. Ferkner there, 76. Fairbrother, I'm just going to let go. He's 27 now. And looking at goalies, Primo, the only one who needs resigned. Morrison is a 68, so we went up by 1. But I feel like during the summer, goalies get a bigger growth. So should be able to be our AHL starter. I mean, they made the playoffs with him last year. What's Primo want? 800K. I mean, doesn't want to resign, but I'll offer him 950, which is still really good for an 81 backup. So Suzuki actually rejected our offer, wants to go to free agency. I mean, you can probably find a similar 81 for his price or cheaper. AHL guy accepts. Norris accepts. Primo wants to go to free agency. Moran there accepts the contracts. That's awesome. Could be 4th line center for us. Bray Belay's back. Clark rejects. So yeah, we'll qualify and just try and trade him. Comrie rejects. I thought that was a pretty good offer. I think we can keep him though. Bunch of like the 2 AHL guys are gonna reject. 'Cause they don't want a renewal for whatever reason, but we'll just qualify all of them, and usually they accept at some point during the summer. So to try and keep Primo guys, gonna offer him a bit more money. Let's try $1 million for 1 year. Like, what's 200K? And then also I still want to make sure we can keep Comrie. I made sure to qualify him, but still, again, we only need him for 1 year. Let's do, I think we did 4.5. Let's try like 4.75. Hopefully that makes it happen. So Josh Norris actually accepted his offer. I think he rejected the original one. And even after offering him a bit more money, Primo still rejects unless that's free agency. Comrie said the same thing. So I don't know. I think we're just going to have to let them all go to free agency. All the AHL guys obviously aren't going to get big offers, but we have like so many RFAs right now that are just offers, or not offer sheet, qualified. Like Clark and Comrie, the big ones. The rest don't really matter too much. Morozov actually, 79, could, if he grows in the summer, be an NHL forward for us. And then, of course, Primo finally. I mean, I'm just probably still going to try and sign him out of free agency. I doubt they'll be as high-rated backup for his price, but for now, we'll just have to let him go because he's not going to sign unless we overpay him big time. So we're at the free agency period here, guys, with $20 million to spend if we want to. Obviously, Clark's still, not signed. Kravchenko, I think he just won the Maurice Richard Trophy last year with Tampa. $14.5 million, 89, yeah, 61 goals. Wow. Kelly there, 12.8. Clapperton, 12 million. Clark there, 11.7. Holtz, Omen, Torrey Krug's available for 10. Wow, it's a crazy free agency class. I think it gets crazier and crazier every year. Jack Hughes there wants 9.5, so we got a lot of money to spend. I mean, I'm not sure how many other teams can spend, this much money. I'm curious about for goalies. If there's a good one available, maybe we trade ours. Wallstedt is a UFA. Okay, I think I got to go hard after Wallstedt. As well, Kessler there, 88. I like both those. DiPietro just won the Vezina, I'm pretty sure. Skarov, but we know he's kind of not as good as his rating suggests. I really like the top 3 there. Let's see, 0.915 for DiPietro. Kessler, 0.903. Wallstedt, 0.902. I feel like all are good options, so let's try and trade the goalie first, try and trade Clark, and they'll decide where to spend our money. Also, guys, checking 2A players right now. There's one good UFA, Korolev, 25.78, low elite. Worst case, like an AHL player for us, so make him an offer. I noticed the medium elite there, but he's an RFA, so I've tried offering like 1.5, whatever. They always match. So next year, guys, trying to make a blockbuster deal with the Blue Jackets, offering them Clark, who doesn't have a contract, but he is qualified for Werenski on the block. 1 year left. Still a very good defenseman, 87 overall. I feel like him and Sex on the top pair would be money. And then I've got a first-round pick coming back. Also, Werenski there. Because he's got 1 year left, I'm hoping they retain 50% just to give us more money in free agency. See what they say here. Trades rejected. Okay, so I figured, the first might be too much. I'm honestly willing to do it for, 1 for 1, but I think we can probably get a pick out of them here. Alright, so 1 for 1, I mean, we save a lot of money. I think it's still worth doing. Trades rejected. Are you kidding me? I'm going to try 1 for 1 now. No salary retention, just because I feel like it still makes sense for us. Wow, and the trade's still rejected. Okay. So I see Buffalo has Bristol Line on the block. 33.87, making 7.4. Maybe they'll do this. 1 for 1. Trades accepted. Okay. Maybe should have asked for a bit more. I'm a little bit worried now. Look at the top D pair. Dahlian and Clark, 96 and 92. That's incredible. Next, you guys trying to trade Alexandrov, our goalie, to St. Louis for a second. See what they say. Trades rejected. I mean, you're going to try trading for a 3rd and a 5th now instead of the 2nd. Again, this is more capped up anyways, but might as well try and get as many picks as we can back. And they say yes, so there we go. Just shed a lot of cap space. have 20 million, but we now have Ristolainen signed on the team. So we can get a goalie, got to get a few defensemen. I think we're going to be good. We really, I think, need like one forward, just a fourth liner. Any other forward would be kind of dumb for us to sign. And so looking at the available goalies, guys, we know we're not going after Askarov. DiPietro, he won the Vezina last year. I'm honestly leaning his way. Even though he's 85, I feel like he could actually jump up a bit in the summer because of how good stats he had. Like 0.915, 2.7, crushes, 0.903, and a 0.902. Wallstead had over 3 goals against. Kessler there a little bit under. He actually wants, him and Wallstead both want $1 million more than DiPietro. So DiPietro is also like the local kid, so I'm going to pay him here maybe 7.25. I think that gets it done, 5 years. Probably 2 more people bidding on Wallstead and Kessler. So hopefully we get DiPietro. I think that'd be awesome. And again, I'm kind of assuming he's going to grow a bit in the summer. Now defense, that leaves us about $12 million to get 3 defensemen. So $4 million each. I'm thinking we'll pay a lot for 1 and not much for the other 2. It makes a bit more sense. Actually, sorry, we still need 4 defensemen. So it's going to be a bit tough here. I really want to get Sand in here to play on the top pair with Sexton. I'm going to offer him $7 million, I think, for 5 years. Again, after that, don't have a lot of money left. Try and get like 1 more decent defenseman, then we'll just get like literally 2 cheap guys. So this Slater guy in the Canucks is actually really good value, 22.81. I'll opt for them the max thing without any picks, as we don't have a second or a third next year. I think it's like around there at this point. So it looks like it's just under 1.8 million. Hopefully they cannot match that. I'm gonna try the same thing here on this Reitz guy, 23 years old, 80 overall, medium top 4. I'm assuming these guys that have potential will grow, which is kind of why we're signing them here. So 2 years, we'll do the same, like 1.775. Now I noticed I could also bring back Sanderson on the team. He did drop in rating by 1, but I feel like he's pretty good value. Again, I'm basically trying to get value on guys who I think will grow in the summer but haven't yet, which means they're kind of like a bit cheaper than they should be right now. So I'm going to try and bring Sanderson back. We'll give him exactly what he wants, 3.1 for 2 years, see what he says. I think that's really about all we can do. I'll see how the money breaks down. Actually, remember too, we still have to get Comrie, who's waiting on a contract, so hopefully we have enough for everybody. We just got Trevor, guys, from the Dallas Stars. Want to give us Honka for a first rounder. Obviously, though, have to wait to see what happens with our free agent offers. Don't think we'll have enough money for that deal. Reitz accepts as of now. Sanderson actually accepts, so he's back on the team. Hopefully he'll get back to 82. Korolev accepts, he was like the 78 with low elites. Slater accepts as of now. Waiting to hear back from DiPietro, 3rd and a 4th, or Muller in a 3rd. Seems like no point to that trade. Offer sheet, Canucks chose to match. That kind of sucks. I figured that would happen. Sandin accepts, so we now have our top pair. Him and Sexton. We'll have Ristolainen on the second pair. DiPietro also accepts. We got the Vezina Trophy winner in net. Hopefully, he puts up similar numbers this year. Waiting to hear back still, I think, from like a couple more guys. Montour goes to Carolina in exchange for Schofield. Looks like a prospect. And Reitz also got matched there by the LA Kings, so that kind of sucks, but obviously we had to try. And looking at two-way players, guys, there's this Nordqvist guy available, 2381, medium top 6, solid stats. I'm making him an offer. I'm sure the Devils will match. No reason not to. Kevin Hayes also available, 81 overall, still at 36. You guys listen to Chicklets at all, he's a beauty, so I wouldn't mind having him on the 4th line. Also, guys, see that Primo's still available in free agency, so might as well bring him back to be the backup. 81, 800K, like I said, really good. I'll even offer him an extra 50K. Doesn't look like anyone else interested right now, so should be able to get him. This kind of sucks. Hayes went with the Canucks, but I mean, they won the Cup, so can't blame him. And then Nordqvist there, yeah, I did go with the Devils. I kind of figured. Primo, though, back on the team, which is nice. And decent trade just went down. Winnipeg getting a couple second-round picks there in exchange for Philip Peronic. And Robbie Fabry, who apparently was on Toronto now, just got traded to Dallas for Eric Gustafsson. And look at this. Nugent Hopkins finally leaving Edmonton for a first and second-round pick. Also looks like a prospect there. And Nugent's actually still 86 overall. And it's now the 1st of August, guys, and Comrie here still doesn't have a contract. Hoping we can get him signed here. We have $3.9 million. For 1 year, he wants $4 million, so I'm just going to make him that offer. Last year, like every time I made an offer, a team immediately made an offer sheet, which seemed like kind of sketchy. So we'll see if that happens here. If it does, clearly there's something going on. Let's see here. Come on, Comrie better accept. I swear if an offer sheet comes in and we lose it. It's been like a few days now. And there we go. Comrie does accept. So literally everyone's signed now, except we still need 2 bomb-pairing defensemen. Unfortunately, though, we have no money. So gonna have to wait till the beginning of September so we can like send guys down to clear up a couple million. And then we'll just sign the 2 best available in free agency, or possibly trade for a couple if something's out there. And so right now, guys, we're signing Cernak and Pouliot to be on our bottom pair D. Basically, this is just like insurance if we can't make a trade happen. Probably going to try and do the trades next episode just because I was looking out there and there's a lot of different things available, and so it's probably going to take a lot of time to figure it out and obviously make it happen because we have like no cap space, but I'll show you guys the lines once these 2 sign. Heading into next season, guys, our team stats is still champion. I thought it might have went down to contender because of how the defense got depleted, but it's holding up apparently. So first line there, we got Duran playing with Barzell and Mantha. They're getting a boost, which I'm okay with, as the second line still getting +3. Caulfield, Sagan, and Boldy. And Sagan did so well last year, same with Caulfield. Don't want to break that up. You got Comrie there on the third line with Ponmerev and Kuning getting a +1. Jamelski there with Moran. And Rozov was down 81, also getting a +1. Then on defense, we got Sandin and Sexton on the top pair. Sexton's down at 90, so he's turned into a really good defenseman for us. There's the line with Sanderson. Then we got Pouliot and Cernak. Again, I'm going to try and make trades for 2 80+ D-men, but they got to be like under $1 million each, so it's going to be tough. DiPietro, our starter there. Primo backing him up. Quick look at the AHL team as well. Defense, I guess we'll start with there. You can see top 4 all +3. Tierney here is mediumly potential, so I'm thinking he'll probably be a big trade piece. Offense there. This Acker guy we actually just drafted. 25th in the first round. He's the one who came out at 74. Playing on the first round with Bray, Belay, and Formanton, I think could be really good. You got Korolev with Norris, Batherson. So not a bad top 6. Like they're all, you know, mid-70s more or less. Goalies, Morrison's now at 71. So I think the AHL team should be pretty decent too. But that's it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a thumbs up. Again, next episode's the last one. We'll trade for a couple D-man. Maybe make a big splash to the deadline, and of course just, you know, hope the playoff seems good to us. So stay tuned for that. We'll probably go in a couple days. But that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Again, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.